first quantum computer. At that time, in 2010, when I was doing my PhD, I had a chance to travel to Vancouver, Canada, and I was invited in a conference workshop. And in the University of British Columbia, they took us to visit a first quantum computer of the world, and the company name was D-Wave. This is right now one of the famous pioneering company in Canada that has announced that they have developed a limited scale quantum computer. And here you can see that they were able to show us a quantum computer that was working on 8 qubits. It means that if you develop a computer that works on 8 bits, they were able to make a computer that was working on 8 qubits. And this was the first demonstrations of quantum computer that I saw, I experienced by my own. And after that, there are so many companies in the world, they started claiming that the real quantum computer is now possible. And D-Wave, and after that Google, they announced that they have developed with 53 qubit quantum processor. And after that, the IBM, it announced as well, they have done 127 qubit Eagle processor. Of course, it is a limited processor, not a generic quantum computer for which we are still waiting. And IBM afterwards, they took it to 433 qubits. And right now, people can access quantum computers through online, and Amazon is providing it, Microsoft is providing it, IBM is also providing their quantum computers, which you can access online. You can make your algorithms, and you can access them, and you can run your algorithms there. So this is basically, the end-to-end like technology review in the area of quantum computing, that from where it started and right now what is the status of quantum technology or quantum computing at this time.
So again, this is just an eye-opening for us. So before moving to the next basic topic of this talk, which is the cybersecurity, can you please clear us one thing? Given this scenario, there is an architectural shift from a traditional, discrete computing to obviously a different technology, where we can see not a 32-bit or 64-bit architecture. It's altogether different thing, where you can see some has 127 qubit, some has 433 qubit. So it means their architecture from hardware to middleware to software, all is going to be changed. Is that correct?
Yes, actually, by nature or by architecture, quantum computers are totally different as compared to classical computers.
Welcome to Global Information Security Society for Professionals of Pakistan.
Today, in fact, not host. Actually, I'll be just putting up some question for Dr. Mubashir for this important topic. So first of all, I would like to congratulate Shahzad Subhani Sahab for bringing in this community together globally. And obviously, this is an important topic which they have chosen for today's talk. Our today's topic talk before talking about this talk, I am Naushad Siddiqui from Pakistan. I am Head of Technology Audit and also Director of ISACA Pakistan, Karachi chapter. I'm also part of the NIST University as a visiting faculty member. So besides all these things, obviously, talking to the relevant people in relevant domain and community is my hobby. And thank you, and thank you for putting allocating his time, very valuable time for this. So our today's topic is basically quantum technology, quantum computing, its potential and its impact on and its relevance to the cybersecurity and cybersecurity community. So we are honored to have Dr. Mubashir Khan for this discussion. He's a very distinguished academician. He's a very distinguished scholar and professor. He is currently heading the computer science and IT department. He's the chairman of that department. He's also director of the Center of Quantum Computing in NIST University. So I would like Dr. Saab to introduce himself and while doing his introduction, I'd also request him to talk about something about his journey in the quantum computing and what he and the NID University and other academic organizations are doing in this. So, Dr. Saab, please introduce yourself, then we'll talk on this topic.
Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum to all the audience. My name is Muhammad Mubashir Khan, as the introduction has already been given. Basically, I'm working in the area of quantum technology since 2003 at NED University. At that time, a professor from McGill University, Canada, he joined us, and he introduced this at that time, Pakistan. And because this was the early stage of the technology, and it was evolving and gradually establishing itself all over the world. That's why people were, most of the people in the research community, they were not aware, specifically in the area of cybersecurity and computer science. But anyway, we started working on this technology at NED University at that time. And then I went for my PhD to the University of Leeds, United Kingdom. And my supervisors, Professor Jai Shu and Dr. Albert Baik, she was from Quantum Information Group at University of Leeds. And I explored this area in depth. And specifically the area which I explored, that is secure quantum communication. And the technology specifically is called QKD, quantum key distribution. And this was the topic of my research at that time. I don't want to go into the details of that topic. We'll try a little more informative rather than in-depth technical discussion. And then during that PhD, I invented two protocols in my name. One is called KMB09 protocol, and another is KXP10 protocol, which are recognized protocols in the area of quantum technology. And after I came back from there, I started working in the area of cybersecurity technology at that time. And at that time, I associated with the National Center for Cybersecurity, where we started working in the area of quantum security at NED University. And after that, we engaged a number of stakeholders from the industry and from abroad as well. And we were able to establish a Center for Quantum Technologies at NED University in 2003. And the main motivation of establishing this center is to create the awareness in the research community, in the academia and the industry about this very important domain. And also the main aim of this center is to develop indigenous products in the area of quantum technology. Because right now, all over the world, different companies, different countries, they are extensively working on it, and they are making products and they are selling them on very high price. And of course, Pakistan is not a very rich country, and countries like this, they are the victim of such companies that they sell their products like a black box. And all of you are aware, being the security professionals, that whenever you buy some technology from someone, then most of the time it is given to you like a black box, and you are not aware what it is doing inside apart from what has been said by the vendor. So this was the main motivation for the establishment, for the development of this center. And right now I am heading this center, and we are working on certain interesting projects. So before going into the details, first of all, Naushad Sahab, I think first of all, what I would like to discuss here is to give an insight about where the quantum technology come from, why it is important, why should we think over it, and what is its background. So a
Right.
little bit, I think we discuss about that.
So this is very inspiring and very interesting introduction of this center and the way this technology has been brought into Pakistan and led by you and your team. So obviously, before going into the detail of the how cybersecurity is linked with this technology and what are the risks, let's talk about what is it all about and how this technology has evolved and how it is helping, and are there any exciting thing about it to know. So yes, you can continue with that introduction.
So let me give you a little background, but a very um, uh, focused and important background to have in our mind that right now the world in which we are living, and the inventions which are being done in the area of physics and technology, that is basically quantum technology. Okay, so before 1900, the physics which we had and most of the inventions which were done, that were classical physics. And after 1900, most of the inventions, most of the advancement that were done in the area of physics, that is about modern physics or quantum physics. So this is what quantum physics is. And here you can, in this image, you can see that it's a very renowned conference that is called Solvay Conference. And most of the renowned researchers, well-known people like Einstein, Max Planck, Rutherford, Schrödinger, Pauli's, Heisenberg, all of them, most of them, they were Nobel Prize winners, and they had a huge contribution in the area of modern physics or quantum physics. So quantum physics, basically, it emerged after 1900. And it's all about the world which we cannot see from our naked eye. For example, in the case of classical physics, so now from this point and the discussion onwards, we should have our mindset like this, that on one side we have a classical physics area and on the other side we have quantum physics area. On the classical physics, it's all about the physics that was mostly done before 1900. And it's all about the macroscopic world, which we can see from our own eyes. As you can see here, a ball is falling, or a person has a bat and he's hitting on a ball. So all the dynamics of this ball, they are related to the classical physics. And it's very deterministic. You can have deterministic answers there. It's very intuitive. You can feel it. You can look over it, and so many things. But on the other side, when you come in the quantum physics, that is mostly done after 1900, that is about, the things which you cannot see from your own eyes, like photons, like the atoms, electrons, and so on. And most of the results in this world which we have, they are probabilistic results. And, because it is probabilistic, you cannot see it with your own eyes. That's why most of the people, they find it very difficult to understand. And they are not feeling comfortable to work on it and to create applications based on them. But this is the area from where we got interesting applications like quantum computing. Nowadays, we talk about quantum computing, quantum communication, quantum cryptography, quantum imaging, quantum sensing, and so on. So specifically, what we will discuss today is how quantum computing may have impact on our current systems and why it is considered as a threat. So a
Right.
little bit
So
more. Yes.
So obviously you have given us a very basic understanding of how quantum computing is different than the normal computing. So tell us something about, like, for example, how practical application, as you have mentioned a few of those, how practical application are there? We can see it in recent years or months or in say near future,
Yes.
or there are tangible things which we should wait for.
So very good question. Because all of us are, related to IT and computer science. We all know about bits, and all our cybersecurity world is concerned about bits, zeros and ones. We have zeros and ones, strings, and we manipulate them, and we applies different security algorithms on them, and we send them from one point to another point, and we also try to apply security measures on them when we have data at rest. But every data, every information which we have, that is in the form of zeros and one. When we talk about quantum world, quantum computing, quantum technology, then there we have qubits. Instead of bits, we have qubits. And the main difference between the bit and the qubit is that in the case of classical computing, we have bits 0 and 1. In qubit, we have the concept of a 0 and a 1, and a superposition of both of these two possibilities, 0 and 1. For example, if I would say that I have a 0 with some probability and I also have a 1 with some probability, that basically does not make sense in the case of classical computing. But this is just something to keep in mind, and we should continue our discussion from this point to onwards, so that with this background, we will try to understand the applications of quantum technology. So here there is another comparison, that in classical bits, we show them you are using some high or low voltages, or the switch is on or off. But on the quantum computing, we basically express our information in the form of photons or electrons or atomic levels and so on. So all these are quantum particles. We encode our information into quantum particles, and with two different levels of quantum particles, we basically try to encode information and to process it. And this is the main principle on which quantum computers work. And the basic idea of a quantum computer was initially given theoretically in 1980 by Paul Benioff. And basically, he proposed a quantum mechanical model of Turing machine. And after that, in 1998, Isaac Chuang is also one of the well-known scientists. He basically created a first 2-qubit quantum computer. It is just like I make a computer that will work on 2 bits. So basically, this is something very trivial in the case of classical, having 2. Today, we talk about so many huge number of bits. But for quantum, in 1998, the first quantum computer was built on only 2 qubits, and that was working on the principles of quantum phenomena. And this is the point from where the quantum supremacy started, and people started thinking about the point at which a quantum computer can solve the problems faster than the classical computers. Because theoretically, it was proven by the scientists at that time that if a quantum computer, full-fledged quantum computer, if it would ever exist, then it can beat the classical computers. So that is the main thing that basically motivated the race on the development of the quantum computers. And I also had a chance to visit one of the first companies in the world in Canada, Vancouver, that claimed to have built a quantum computer, world's first quantum computer. At that time, in 2010, when I was doing my PhD, I had a chance to travel to Vancouver, Canada, and I was invited in a conference workshop. And in the University of British Columbia, they took us to visit a first quantum computer of the world, and the company name was D-Wave. This is right now one of the famous pioneering company in Canada that has announced that they have developed a limited scale quantum computer. And here you can see that they were able to show us a quantum computer that was working on 8 qubits. It means that if you develop a computer that works on 8 bits, they were able to make a computer that was working on 8 qubits. And this was the first demonstrations of quantum computer that I saw, I experienced by my own. And after that, there are so many companies in the world, they started claiming that the real quantum computer is now possible. And D-Wave, and after that, Google, they announced that they have developed with 53 qubit quantum processor. And after that, the IBM, it announced as well, they have done 127 qubit Eagle processor. Of course, it is a limited processor, not a generic quantum computer for which we are still waiting. And IBM afterwards, they took it to 433 qubits. And right now, people can access quantum computers through online, and Amazon is providing it, Microsoft is providing it, IBM is also providing their quantum computers, which you can access online. You can make your algorithms, and you can access them, and you can run your algorithms there. So this is basically, the end-to-end like technology review in the area of quantum computing, that from where it started, and right now what is the status of quantum technology or quantum computing at this time.
So again, this is just an eye-opening for us. So before moving to the next basic topic of this, talk, which is the cybersecurity, can you please clear us one thing? Given this scenario, there is an architectural shift from a traditional, discrete computing to obviously a different technology, where we can see not a 32-bit or 64-bit architecture. It's altogether different thing, where you can see some has 127 qubit, some has 433 qubit. So it means their architecture from hardware to middleware to software, all is going to be changed. Is that correct?
Yes, actually, by nature or by architecture, quantum computer are totally different as compared to classical computers. And basically, there are so many technological challenges, because the information is encoded into quantum particles, which are very, very delicate. And, these particles are so delicate that it is extremely difficult to keep them away from the environmental and atmospheric, decoherence, the environmental effects which can disturb your information that is encoded into quantum particles. And because of this purpose, the computer which I saw first time of the D-Wave, that was not a computer like in a box, but it was a computer in the huge building where so many machines, were there, and so many cooling systems, liquid nitrogen and so on. And all these machines, they were trying to to keep the information, the quantum bits, in the ideal state, and to process the information. So of course it is totally different. That's why we are still waiting for a full-fledged quantum computer to come.
So it means it would require more computing power than more electrical power than the normal computing environment is.
Yes, not only this, but the environment that is required, like the ideal temperatures and the equipment and the techniques which can keep our quantum information, our quantum particles in the
Mhm.
state where they cannot be disturbed from the environment. So that is the main challenge. And of course, there are some other challenges as well, which are more complicated in the area of quantum mechanics, and people are working on that.
So how this promise of the quantum computing is relevant to the field of cybersecurity?
Okay, so very good question. Actually, at this point where the technology has become so much mature, although we are still waiting for a generic full-fledged quantum computer, um, basically, it has been theoretically proven that if a full-fledged quantum computer would ever exist, then it can beat the classical computer. And in in cybersecurity, in cryptography, all of you know that we have two main things which are the guarantee of cybersecurity. One is fast searching. If you are able to search fast and faster than the whatever someone can imagine, then of course you will be able to apply a good brute force attack, and you can identify the secret keys. On the other hand, if you are able to do fast factorization of numbers, then of course you will be able to break the RSA, one of the well-known public key cryptographic algorithms. And these are the basis of our cybersecurity systems nowadays we are using in our modern world. So a quantum computer, it has been proven theoretically that it has the capability to search fast and to factor large numbers in limited time, better than the classical computers. And we have definite results for this. For example, in 1994, this person, Peter Shor, he has already proven that a quantum computer, if it would ever exist, then it can, factorize big numbers in a very limited time. Similarly, another scientist, Love Grover, in 1996, he has already proven that fast searching is possible using a quantum computer, and that is something that can be used for breaking the symmetric key cryptographic algorithms. So these are the two main results, and there are so many other results as well, but these two are the main results which are taken as the basis of claiming that a quantum computer is a big threat for the cryptographic and the cybersecurity systems. So overall, fast searching is a problem and is a serious threat according to the Grover's work for searching. And fast factorization is also something that is a threat because it can break the RSA. And because of these two things, our all modern cybersecurity systems, they will be under the big threat. So another thing that you can look over here is the another term, SNDL, store now and decrypt later. Because, for example, the advancement in the area of quantum computing that is happening right now, if we assume that after 1 year or 6 months or 2 years, if full-fledged quantum computer will be there, then all our information that we assume that it is encrypted and it is secure right now, that can be copied by someone and it can be decrypted later when the quantum computer will exist. So that is also a big problem which we should look over today for the safeguard of the future. And it also means that, a number of devices, IoT devices are, expanding nowadays. There are so many, applications of IoT devices where the security is also major concern. All of them would be in danger or at risk. And United States, it has already taken it very seriously. And I have taken this snapshot of a news that happened in 2022. And Biden, basically, he signed the quantum computing cybersecurity bill into the law. And basically, he pushed the NIST and other agencies of the United States to seriously look over it and to find out the solutions. That if any country or any state in the world, if it claims that it has developed a full-fledged quantum computer, then of course it will take a lead to open all the cybersecurity systems which we are using right now. So the problem is extremely serious.
So simply speaking, we can easily say that these quantum technology have the potential now and in the future to disrupt our current encryption method as well as the data protection standard. Because we have lots of standard for data protection, data privacy, encryption, PKI, and other things. It means with the description that you have described is basically going to be challenged or in near future. Is that correct to say safely?
Yes, of course. And this is not something that is stated without any kind of evidences, but there are theoretical proofs, and the scientific community, they all agree on these results that quantum computer has the capability making the cybersecurity systems when we are able to make them.
But having said this, it means there are not only challenges, but there are opportunities as well for the cybersecurity industry, because we are looking at one side of the challenges that cybersecurity fraternity is actually facing. They are obviously based on these technologies and the potential that it has a lot more opportunities for the industry. Can you just light on these things?
Excellent question and timely question, Naushad sir. Okay. So what are the possibilities? What are the possible solutions of the problem which we are discussing right now? So first is here you can see post-quantum cryptography. Okay, like making the algorithms in the classical world, not in the quantum world, that can resist a quantum computer attack when it will come. For example, today I make such algorithms and such systems which I can prove, keeping in view of the capability of a quantum computer, which we know that if in future, if a quantum computer will come, we will be on the safe side. So this is one approach that is called post-quantum cryptography, like making algorithms, making systems, making schemes in the classical normal computing to safeguard. This is one approach. And second approach is quantum key distribution. This is a technology that has emerged from the quantum domain. And this guarantees the safeguard against the quantum computer. For example, quantum key distribution is a technology that gives you the capability to share your secret keys from one point to another point, or from one point to many other points nowadays. And a quantum computer cannot break them. So that is the second thing, the second way of, digging out the solution of the problem. And the third is a little hypothetical right now, that new quantum algorithms secure against quantum attacks, that we make quantum algorithms that will work on quantum computer when they will come, and we will use our systems, with quantum computers and to safeguard them. So that will be, in future. But right now we have these two directions on which a lot of work has been done. Today we are able to, make and to sell commercially available quantum key distribution systems. And on the other side, the post-quantum cryptographic algorithms have also been developed by the scientific community. And I think we can right now focus on the our discussion on the post-quantum cryptography, which is the first one, like making the classical algorithms, making the algorithms on the normal computers, and guarantee that these algorithms will be safe against a quantum computer when it will come. So
Right.
on this direction, the United States has already started working on them. And NIST, National Institute of Standards and Technology, it has done a lot of work on it.
We'll talk about NIST in a later part of this discussion, when we talk about the standardization guidelines and recommendation from the standard bodies. So let's have some deep down discussion on this, post quantum cryptography. So for the sake of understanding of our audience, we are familiar with PKIs and we are familiar with synchronous and asynchronous cryptography. How this is different than those encryption method?
Okay, thank you. So basically, post-quantum cryptography, as I told you, like making the quantum proof or the quantum safe or quantum resistant cryptographic algorithms that will, defend the attacks of a quantum computer. Okay, so but the techniques which we try to find out, that will be from the classical side. Okay, so this was the main motivation on which the National Institute of Standards started working on it. And they asked all over the world the scientists to give their proposals for the encryption and for the digital signatures, the algorithms which can resist quantum computer attacks. And for this purpose, the quantum resistant cryptographic algorithms were proposed by NIST initially, and they shortlisted four schemes. One for encryption, that is called Crystal Kyber, and that is based on lattice-based cryptographic algorithms. And on the other side, three algorithms were shortlisted for the digital signatures, and out of them, one is Crystal, the Lithium, Falcon, and Spring Plus. So these are the, two of them are lattice-based and one is hash-based. And I don't want to go into the details of lattice-based and hash-based cryptography right now. But, a lot of people did effort on finding out the solutions of classical algorithms that can resist the quantum computer attacks. And these four algorithms were thoroughly analyzed, evaluated, and they were finally announced by NIST that these are the four shortlisted algorithms which can be used for the purpose of encryption and digital signatures. And on this, I think we can connect it with the standardization part also, because this is the timely, thing to be identified right now. That taking this into a more rigorous, evaluation, NIST put out the request for proposal on, December 2016 in the beginning, but in August 2024, they released three standards, Federal Information Processing Standards, FIPS 203, FIPS 204, and FIPS 205. And these are the three standards for encryption and digital signatures which have been recommended and have been declared as FIPS standard in United States. And here you can see that, the FIPS 203, that is called the Module Lattice-Based Key Encapsulation Mechanism Standard, FIPS 204, that is Module Lattice-Based Digital Signature Standard, and FIPS 205, stateless hash-based digital signature standards. And all the internal details, all the algorithmic details, how to implement them, and so on, they have been published by NIST, and you can easily find it out from their website. And right now the question is, what should I do? What should someone do to safeguard? And after the announcement of these standards, how can we apply them in our system? So for this, we should go into the details of these three standards. And for our encryption and the key exchange mechanism, we should try to replace the existing algorithms with this standard. And for the digital signature, we should also start adopting these standards FIPS 204 and 205. So because they have been thoroughly tested, they have been now announced and recommended as the FIPS standard. So that's why I think we can go towards them with confidence.
So obviously these are standard available for the market to adopt. Are there any practical implementation, or you may come across of any practical solutions or tools available based on these standards? If you can recommend us, or
Yes.
something about it.
Yes, actually, there are a number of libraries which have been implemented. And you can use those libraries, and you can implement them in your existing systems. And I will share the links of them, URL of them with the audience by the end of this talk. And people have done this. I know one company which is a Pakistan-based company. They have their pure VPN product, and they have implemented this in their VPN solution, and now they claim that they are quantum safe. And on the business point of view, and to take an edge on the other product, this is something that you can easily adopt. And there are a number of libraries available which you can just search on the internet, and you can adopt them. Or maybe what you can do, you can program them by their own. If you have some good programmers capability, then you can do that as well. But that is all, again, I would say that not impossible. That is possible, you can do that, but the easy way is to adopt the APIs, their implementations that you can find from the internet, and you can adopt them.
So basically, you have already addressed one of my next question. How and what is your advice to cybersecurity community to prepare themselves for leveraging these standards and technologies? So almost you have
Yes,
already mentioned this.
The first advice is awareness. The awareness is extremely important. Most of the cybersecurity professionals, they don't normally discuss about the quantum domain, the quantum security, the quantum supremacy, and the solutions that are available in the quantum world. There are vendors which are available in the world. They can sell you the quantum safe products. But the point is that we should bring it into our priority. And of course, this will, after having the FIPS 203, 204, and 205 standards, which was recently announced by the NIST. So I think it will take some time. But the problem is, at least what happens in Pakistan, that we awake very late. The technology was evolving, since 2000. And, we gradually started working in 2003. And I know that, in the whole 2 decades, people were not focusing on this technology. So at least we should bring it into the list of our priorities, and then we should start, giving assignments to our teams to look into it and to find out the available solutions, to find out the possibilities, and try to implement them in our, cybersecurity controls and the systems to safeguard them. Because if you are not aware about something and you do not have the intuition about something, you do not know that some solution and some the problem is there, then how would you implement it? So that motivation is extremely important, that is required, at least for the cybersecurity professionals which are working, not only maybe in Pakistan or rest of the world. They should, bring it in priority.
So would that mean we would require, while preparing for adopting these, algorithms and technologies, would we require to have a GPU-based system current? Because it seems like we need more computing power than the traditional algorithms and traditional systems. Is that correct understanding?
Actually, the point is that to look over the technology, when we talk about GPUs, we talk about supercomputer, these all are classical solutions. And a quantum computer has the capability beyond your imagination, far beyond than the full-fledged a supercomputer can do. Okay, so if we are talking about a technology that can beat a supercomputer, that can be, used to break your all modern cryptographic systems, so that is extremely important to understand. Okay, so the point is to focus on the technology. Then we will be able to understand that what are the, the benefits of having that. And this is the right time, it is not too late. Although the world is already working on it in the last 2 decades, there are commercially available solutions which are there in the market, and people are selling them, people are using them. So we should, start playing with things like this, so that whenever we will find a full-fledged quantum computer, there will be an announcement someday that will be done that a quantum computer has been developed. Now you have to shift to the quantum security controls. At that time, a quick shift from one thing to another thing would be extremely difficult. So if we are well prepared, well before time, that is the most important thing.
So,
And
please
with this,
continue.
yeah, I would like to, connect the discussion with another, part of our solution, which we highlighted just before, that we had two directions to go. One is post-quantum cryptography, and the second direction is that is coming from the quantum side, that developing the technology from the quantum domain for secure communication. And that is something which is called quantum key distribution technology, or quantum cryptography. And this idea was given initially in 1970s, a theoretical idea that was further elaborated in 1984 by two scientists, Gil Brassard and Bennett. And after that, in 2000 and onwards, the people started making the practical real products on the basis of this technology. And that is basically something that gives you the capability of sharing secret keys with a security, a level of security that is not threatened by a quantum computer. So this is a technology that is quite mature. And I will tell you the names of the companies as well, which are selling the products of quantum key distribution. And here you can do a point-to-point, and right now, nowadays, point-to-multi-point secure communication using quantum key distribution technology. So that is basically some technology which is pure quantum technology. And we have this wonderful application of quantum technology that we do the secret key sharing between the two endpoints with unconditional security. Even if a quantum computer or a supercomputer will attack on it, because that is unconditional or information theoretic security, it will be intact. And a quantum computer even will not be able to break it. So this is another solution which we should try to integrate in our current existing systems. For example, this is one of the pioneering company which I know very well. I know the CEO of this company. This is called ID Quantique, and they are now selling their systems of quantum key distribution, which you can just plug into your existing infrastructure and play. And there are so many other examples as well. So two solutions. One is post-quantum cryptography that has been recommended by NIST. On the other side, the quantum key distribution technology, for which the commercially available systems are there, and you can buy them and you can, adopt them, integrate them into your existing infrastructure.
So this is very good that you have given us the real use case scenario where we can use the available or recommended technologies for at least to prepare ourselves for this technology. There's certain question that people are asking. Before taking on those questions and obviously the more question, can you summarize how and what is the future we can see cybersecurity practice can be shaped by using the quantum technology, or how soon can we see some practical aspect of this, and what are the first steps?
Okay. So how soon we will see the quantum technology working? So there are two answers. One is like, if you are talking about a full-fledged quantum computer, then according to some estimate given by renowned scientists, and also it is my understanding that in the maximum in the next 5 years, we will be able to see a full-fledged quantum computer. So that will be a big threat for the current cryptographic systems. On the other side, the other products like secure quantum communication product based on quantum technology, they are already available in the market. And this company IDQ is one of the companies that is selling products like this.
So we have certain question. One by one I take on these question, and Dr. Saab will be requested to respond on this. Shahid asked the question: these IBM or Azure quantum services can be used to exploit existing cryptography or not yet?
Okay, so basically the online systems, they are, is still not very generic. They are limited. And what you do, you can write your quantum algorithms on a very limited scale. You can just submit your job there. It will be executed there and you will get the answers. Okay. So it is like that, like having the quantum experience. They are not the full-fledged quantum computer, for which we have already discussed that it will take around 4 to 5 years. But if you want to get yourself prepared today, then you have the opportunity to design quantum algorithms and to run them on the real quantum simulators or quantum systems that can get it done at some extent.
Right. So thank you. Shahid, is this respond sufficient, or you want a more explanation, or we have more questions? Okay, thank you. Right. Abdul Aziz has posed a couple of questions. One is this: any misconception about quantum cryptography that you often encounter, either from the public or within the industry?
Okay, any misconception about quantum cryptography? Misconception in what sense? Misconception
either from the public or within the industry, or if Abdul Aziz want to elaborate this, you can unmute yourself and then ask the question.
I think the question may have like one aspect is the quantum cryptography, how practical it is, and can we use it or not? So yes, it is a practical thing and you can use it, and it is already proven that it is safe against the classical attacks and the quantum attacks as well. So if there is some misconception in a sense that whatever is being claimed by the quantum cryptography, that might not be like that. So that is not true, because everything is well published and well evaluated. My also PhD is completely on quantum cryptography, so I have also seen the proofs of them as well.
Right. So Abdul Aziz has posed a second very important question. So how do you think quantum resistant algorithm will change the current cybersecurity landscape, especially for businesses that rely heavily on traditional public key cryptography?
Yeah, basically, this is what we were talking about. Very good question. That, gradually you will shift from the traditional algorithms to the quantum safe algorithms. like the one which have been recommended by NIST. Okay, like for encryption, you will go for the NIST recommendation. For the digital signature, you will go for the NIST recommendation. And these are the, two main things which, 90% of the things which we do in our cybersecurity system, cybersecurity controls. So of course, it will be a major shift, and people have, the recommendation has just been officially finalized in August 2024. So, it is very recent. And you will see in the next year, by the end of next year or so, that most of these systems will be shifted on quantum. So that's why it is right time to focus on it and to think over it and to start shifting on it.
So Dr. Saab has gone one step ahead and responded that what are the advice? Okay, there are challenges and there are advices available, and we should look at this. There is another question from Roy: quantum computer versus AI computer (GPUs). So moreover, some information about your proprietary protocols. So there are two actually
Okay.
things, right?
Okay. So quantum computer, like the point is, when you compare it with the AI, then I would say that first of all, you should decide that the AI thing or AI compute or the AI algorithms which you are doing, that is being done on a classical computer or on a quantum computer. Because today people also are talking about a quantum computers with AI, the quantum computers which will be running AI algorithms and how better it would be. And the same AI algorithm, when you run them on the classical computers, then of course their capability will be limited as compared to the one that will be running on the quantum computer. So comparing the quantum computer with AI might not be something that I would recommend. But what I recommend is to think over, like while you will be doing AI kind of thing, machine learning things on a quantum computer, then how would you design your algorithm and what would be the capability of that, and what will be done, what will happen when the same algorithms are run on a classical computer. Of course, when you talk about GPUs or something like this, then that is again all classical. And the second is the some information about your proprietary protocol. Basically, these are the two protocols which were published. One of them was published in 2009 in New Journal of Physics. Let me give you the link of the paper that was published in 2009 in New Journal of Physics. So there you can find the actual paper, and that is called high error rate quantum key distribution for long distance communication. Let me give you the link of that. I'm just putting it on the chat if I'm allowed. So okay.
So, in the meantime, we have an open offer to any of the participant can unmute themselves, और अगर कुछ कहना है, कुछ बोलना है, कुछ पूछना है तो unmute कर लें या raise hand कर लें, then we can take on their question directly. If somebody want to talk, unmute कर
I
लें.
can see there is, can we use this in healthcare? Yes, of course, it cannot be domain specific. You can use it in healthcare, wherever you need security, like in finance, in banking, or anywhere. Your cybersecurity team, should be able to do that and should think over it. So of course, healthcare is a extremely important domain where security is a prime concern, and the people who are taking care healthcare systems, they should do this. Banking too as well. Yes.
So any other question? कोई अपने आप को unmute करना चाहे, raise hand कर लें please, अगर वो बोलना चाहें कुछ तो. कोई अपना experience share करना चाह रहा है अगर तो please. There is a
One
question
new
from
question
Nadeem. जी,
are
डॉक्टर साहब पढ़ रहे हैं.
ID devices using quantum algorithms on simulated computing platform. Actually, IDQ devices, they are using the technology, QKD technology. And that QKD technology, that is not about quantum computing, but secure quantum communication. And that is a full-fledged technology and real technology that has been implemented. And it is very mature. And it is what it is. It claims that it sends and receives the quantum bits in the quantum way, and you can easily share a secret key from one point to another point with unconditional security.
Thank you, Dr. Acha. Roy, want to say something? Please, Roy, unmute yourself and say something.
Yeah, my name is Abdul Qadir, and thank you very much for giving all the highlights. I am one of the industry's professionals since last 24 years, and my major things remained with infrastructures and the compute of the applications, right? So I just wanted to know about a little bit more, as I mentioned about, okay, AI generative and CPU based calculations and quantum based things. My only question was over here, since you mentioned about two aspects of the cryptographic situation. One is fast search and then fast factorizations. These were the two things which could be, let's say, quantum-based computers are going to enhanced, and it could break any cryptographic algorithm. So in terms of the GPUs, where the technologies are heading towards and the industry segment is going to, they're claiming the same thing, that we are going to do a very fast, unimaginable compute. I'm just using a word unimaginable as a layman, but this is the same thing. I just wanted to ask that, is there any numbers do we have it in comparison to the compute factors of quantum and GPU based? You clarified it that, okay, GPU is a traditional based technology and all, but they are claiming the same things, isn't it?
Yes. Actually, the point is, when we just look into the classical solutions, and GPUs are one of them, then of course there is a very rapid advancement in computing, and the people are claiming that they can do faster than your imagination. And that is, a statement that is a very higher level statement, and that is not wrong. Of course, it can do something beyond your imagination, but that you must have some precise, some focused scientific proof for something, like how far something can be done, how far you can go. Like, so as a technology, if you look over it, then of course in classical there is some race, and of course people may claim faster than faster than faster and so on. But on the other side, the quantum technology, what it claims, that whatever is possible in the classical computing, you can go beyond that. So this is the most important thing, that in the classical domain, you have a race, and of course, you can have some achievable and better than that, and so on. But if you come out from this classical world and you look over a new technology that claims that I can do, and that has already been proven as well theoretically, that uh, you can do something beyond the capabilities of a classical computer. So that is the main thing to understand.
Yeah, thank you very much for answering this.
Thank you. And maybe we have some questions here. Quantum key distribution also increase in infrastructure cost. Yes, of course, quantum key distribution is a very expensive technology nowadays. That's why in Pakistan we are trying to develop our own quantum key distribution system, and the work is going very well, but it takes time. But technology is, of course, is very expensive. When would the quantum computer be possible, could replace super and mainframe computer? Recently, Google has, already claimed that they have done something in the domain of quantum computer that can do 1,000 times faster than the classical supercomputer. So we have statements like this. And thanks for the informative session. One more question, please throw some light on commercial quantum computing platforms, Amazon brackets, in terms of cost and features. So basically, these computers, as far as I know, that on one side, because I'm from academics, I just always ask my students to know to try to use them whatever the free stuff is available, and of course they have some price plan as well. And but today, if someone claims that he can give you a complete full-fledged generic quantum computer, then do not rely on them, and you should wait for that. Okay, but for the learning purpose, for having a great experience of designing the algorithm, of course, you can get a good plan of price plan for developing and seeing the output of a quantum algorithm. What will be the impact on cryptocurrency? Yes, of course, cryptocurrency, it all based on, digital signatures and hashing schemes. And if you have good, like algorithms designed in quantum computers, and you will apply fast searching techniques that can quickly identify the collision in the digital signatures, then of course that can be a good big threat for that. Recently, one of my students, he has done this work, the impact and the threats which are possible on the blockchain system and the cryptocurrency. How to become distributor of quantum in KSA? I think in Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, KSA, you may directly contact to ID20, and they would be happy to make you this distributor of this technology there. So this is someone, I don't know the name, Samsung SM. And M. Yusuf Sahab, do you have free practice labs in Pakistan for learning purposes? Okay, right now for the learning purpose, what I can offer is we are organizing a conference on 13th and 14th of November. And in this conference, we have invited the speakers from United States and Italy and from other parts of Pakistan as well. And they will talk about quantum computing, quantum technology, and so on. All of you are invited in that conference. The person who is coming from United States, he is coming from UC Berkeley, and he is right now leading the quantum computer project in the United States at UC Berkeley. So he is coming here, Dr. Irfan, he is coming. And similarly, INRIM lab in Italy is there. He is also one of the renowned scientists in the quantum domain. He is also coming to Pakistan on 13th of November. So all of you are invited to attend that conference. And, there will be a specific paid workshop also. You may also, enroll there, register there for that workshop. And the general audience, there will be a 2-day program on 13 and 14 at the main campus at NED University.
डॉक्टर साहब ये हाइब्रिड मोड में होगा ये हाइब्रिड मोड में होगा जो लोग बाहर से बैठे हैं अटेंड कर सकते हैं
Right now there is no plan, but we will think over it. If we would be able to do that, then of course we will try our best to get it done.
Dr. Saab, I have a question. Sorry, Yusuf here. I have a quick question. There are
Yes.
some labs, I know IBM, they offer the free quantum computing lab where they give their Qiskit platform to test it. Like that SDK is available through GitHub over their platform. I tried to make a login on it, but somehow they said you are in GCC or Pakistan, you can't do it. Similar to that one, like the IBM offer for their user or the audience in other countries, being in Pakistan or in GCC, are there any free labs which are available which can show us how the quantum compute actually works, and we want to experience it without,
yes,
because
actually,
all in learning mode.
Actually, what I would recommend to you that you can just download the Qiskit, SDK and its library, and you can just do it on your own computer. That will work just like that. The only difference is if you are, make yourself inspiring that you have done something that is running on a real quantum computer that is at IBM. For that purpose, we do that, the online stuff. But on the other side, you just download it on your own computer, and you set up the Visual Studio Code, VS Code, and then you can integrate it with that, and you can start making your own quantum algorithms.
Thanks. Because I was just struggling to make it on that particular lab, because they gave us the steps how to do the labs beside downloading this Qiskit, and then we can play on that lab. So for me, like I was searching how I can make it so I can follow their steps to do the whole lab. But it's fine. I will try it. I have to read a lot, but it's okay. There is no harm to read about it. Thanks.
Yes.
So we are about to close the session. Shahzad sir, if we have any more question or we can take more time, now we can discuss on this.
Guys, thanks a lot for a wonderful session. This was a very new topic for me, and most of it is flown over my head. So I will hear it again, inshallah. But it was very informative. So inshallah, Ta'ala, thanks again for this wonderful topic, and we had a good audience. We went up to almost 50 people, 40 plus, and then we have still 34 people with us. And we will upload this into our YouTube channel. So inshallah, there more people will be, listening to this and getting more knowledge, inshallah. Thanks again for your time and effort. So inshallah, sir, let's close the session and let's talk some other time for some other amazing topic or maybe a continuation of
Thank you
the
very
same
much.
topic.
Inshallah.
Thank you very
Thank you
much, Shahzad sir, for setting up this platform, wonderful platform, Global Information Security Society for Professionals of Pakistan. I was not aware of this, but with this activity, I came to know about this, and this is wonderful initiative. Congratulations to you and to your team as well.
Dr. Saab, open invitation for all your students. They can join check our YouTube channel. There are a lot of videos, there are a lot of information available there for them. And we have WhatsApp groups, we have LinkedIn groups. So wherever they want to get help, they can ask questions and we can inshallah help them. Thank you, sir.
Sure. Thank
I
you.
think I have one final question, if you don't mind. Thank you very much, Sir Subhani, and especially Dr. Muhammad Mubashir and everybody. Actually, I was unable to unmute myself before, but certainly I got to unmute now. My question is like, what are the biggest, I would say, the technical obstacles, just like you discussed about quantum key distribution. So what can be the biggest technical obstacles in making KQD for the global scale? Likewise, it could be infrastructure, it could be cost, and how do you see this in future? And what will be that future? Like maybe 2 years, 3 years, or more than that?
Okay, so the precise answer is that QKD, quantum key distribution, is one of the very mature applications of from the quantum domain. Okay, and that is specifically for the purpose of sharing secret keys with unconditional security. And of course, there are some technical challenges in the beginning, but right now the vendors which are selling the products based on QKD technology, they have solved most of the things, and now you can use it just like a plug and play system into your infrastructure. Of course, the technology is quite expensive, but it is usable and you can easily integrate it. I would recommend you to go to the IDQ company website, and you may contact them, and they can explain you all about their products, and other companies as well all over the world. You can search for them as well, and you can find out the best solution for your infrastructure.
Perfect, sir. Thank you very much. The question arises because the research is ongoing and it took a lot of time, several years for the classical computing cryptography to be much more efficient. So in that case, KQD is working as to be preventive resistant mechanism. So it will be amazing thing if it comes with the hardware itself, I would say, or using by APIs, or just like you said, this platform.
The precise answer is QKD cannot be done with the APIs. You need a specific hardware that can generate photons and can receive and detect photons. Without the specific hardware, it cannot be done. It cannot be just like a API or a software, but it needs a hardware to be done.
Well noted. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello. Can anybody hear me? Assalamualaikum. Good day, everybody. First of all, Mr. Shehzad, I really appreciate the initiative put up, and I welcome Dr. Muhammad, and really sincerely appreciate all the information given. So I am Saud, the technologist, and have been working on various projects, but this is the first time I'm coming across quantum computers. So the first thing that I understand that we have been given an opportunity to learn about the upcoming technology. So my first question is that if this is this hardware as we see, the quantum computer, So what is the software or the operating system that runs over the quantum computers?
Yes, actually, right now there is no standard operating system for that, because the hardware is, a full-fledged complete hardware is still, awaited. So it will
Okay.
take, time. We should wait for that.
No, or else it can be an international opportunity for technologists to work on an operating system because it's an
Yes,
upcoming technology.
a number of, different universities, they are working on it. There are certain labs which are working on this, and,
For
they
sure.
are basically, doing a lot of stuff for the design and the development of a quantum computer. But still, there are a lot of challenges which they are trying to solve.
Okay, that's really clear. So in terms of the security, are the older, the well-known firewalls, do they work on these quantum computers? I don't think so, because they will have a different operating system.
Yeah, because they are classical devices, not quantum devices.
Okay, okay, sir. That's all. I really appreciate the time. Everybody have a
Okay,
good day.
thank you.
Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you very much. Walaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
So thank you, Dr. Sir, for your precious time. We have more question. Ashra session is still on.
Sorry, sir. Actually, I was trying to unmute myself as well. This is Umar Javed.
Sure.
And thank you, Dr. Mubashir Saab, and for the forum members as well. I understood, Yani, it's a very interesting topic. I recently was looking into this kind of stuff lately, because in Saudi Arabia, they are just now doing some sort of mandate regarding the quantum computing and quantum cryptography for the multiple companies, as well as they are now doing mandates for the national critical infrastructure providers to look into all these topics, because there are rumors going on, and there is some article posted on from the Chinese forum that they are able to break RSA using quantum computing or quantum cryptographic algorithms. They were able to break RSA. So they are working hugely in terms of making their devices secure. So the questions comes that how long this will take the hardware to be available, because as I know that only now the leading computing providers are providing these services, such as Google is doing, IBM is leading, but they have their own infrastructure to go for this kind of quantum computing devices. But will it will be commercially available, such solutions in a small form factor, such as firewalls can do this computing? Because as I
Right now,
understand, yeah.
actually, you have asked like multiple things. One is how long would it take to have a quantum computer? So we have we do not have a definite time, but of course there are some estimations, and almost it would take around 5 years. What the scientists say, that in the next 5 years we will be having a quantum computer, but it may come early. But the point is, the point we discussed about post-quantum cryptography, that is extremely important, that if we adopt post-quantum cryptography, then you are already safe against the quantum computer attacks. So that's why it is recommended that, the time when you will just listen that a quantum computer has arrived, and you have to safeguard yourself, that will be a difficult situation for all of us. So that's why we in advance adopt the post-quantum cryptographic algorithm, and also start playing with the solutions which are available in the quantum domain, so that we will, we will be get prepared in a well manner. Whenever a quantum computer will come, it will not be a surprise for us.
Okay, sir. So the thing is that, because as you know, the major security vendors, they are still not providing any kind of post quantum computing algorithms as well. Such as there is nothing we heard about from F5, which is the leading VPN vendor, from Palo Alto, Fortinet, which are the leading firewalls. They are still using the traditional algorithms such as RSA to secure their firewall communications, to do the encryption, decryption, and all these things. They are still doing it. But if
Actually, I got it. Actually, the point is, the technology, it comes first of all, it is created and it is built in the research labs, and then it takes time to come into the business, into the market. So there is a time that it takes, But this time when we are discussing this whole stuff, this is that transition time, that bringing the technology from the research labs to the industry. And the industry is not well prepared right now. to implement the technology. And few of the industries, they have started adopting the technology. The names which I have just told you, that pure VPN is a simple VPN technology, but now they have incorporated post-quantum algorithms in their solutions. On the other side, like ID Quantic, they have started selling QKD systems. So few companies in the world, but after a year or so, you will find so many brand names with the name quantum included in their products, and they will be selling you the new things. But if you are already well prepared, then you will be able at that time to get a quicker, wiser, and better decision, you know, for your infrastructure, what you should adopt.
Assalamu alaikum. Can I ask a question?
Yes, please.
Assalamu alaikum. Mubashir bhai, I'm Kashan from Leeds. I just want to ask one question. Basically, I missed the session from the start, so I just joined. So basically, for the last few years, I transitioned to cybersecurity, and I'm working in SOC, and I'm working in same solution called Sentinel. So I'm just working on threat detection. So for the last few months, I've came across this AI threats. So I've done my certification. So yesterday, I just heard about this quantum computing in cybersecurity. So will there be any new kind of threats like AI threats, like we have prompt engineering injection attack, or data poisoning attack, like new sort of threats which we are not able to cope? But now certainly I've just listened about quantum computing in cybersecurity. So will there be new sort of threats?
Yeah, actually, the point is, when you talk about AI-based threats and the new trends which the attackers they adopt, actually, they are mostly they are related to the social engineering and so on. But the threats which are given by the quantum computer, they are fairly straightforward. They are straightforward in a manner that the core algorithm which you have implemented for the purpose of data security, for the purpose of the integrity of your data, if they can be broken by a system, then it is a very straightforward threat, and this is something on which you should focus and start learning about. In University of Leeds, I know there are so many people who are working on the quantum solutions. There is one scientist, his name is Mohsin Razavi, and he is leading the research in quantum technology, implementation side, the secure quantum communication. I would recommend, to refer to him. And there is a full-fledged quantum technology group that is present in the University of Leeds. I think you should get in contact with them as well if you are there, and you will get a lot of knowledge and a lot of possible threats which are possible in the domain of quantum technology.
Okay, thank you.
Sir, one last question from my end as well is because is NED is providing any kind of courses for people like us if we are interested into move into more detail about quantum computing, anything? So
yeah, actually, for the time being, you are seeing in the chat that a quantum technology conference which we are organizing, a workshop in quantum technology, you can come there, and we have Center for Quantum Technologies. But apart from that, we have introduced in the undergraduate level, in the master's level, the quantum computing courses. But like, it depends upon what kind of technology you are trying to get. One is like getting the application level technology, so that you can use the technology in your systems that is little higher level. But we also is try to work on the core level, that is how this technology is built, and what are the underpins, what are the in-depth concepts under the technology. This is what we mainly focus in the academia. But the workshops and the conferences like this which I have just mentioned, these are the suitable avenues which I would highly recommend you to attend.
Okay, sir, thank you. If we can get this information from either Shahzad Bhai or anyone, or if you can share your email address that we can reach you out for further information, it
Yes,
will be
of
very
course, you
helpful
just
for
go
us.
to the NED University website, Department of Computer Science. You can find all the information about myself. or maybe if you just Google it, so you will be able to get it.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Jazakallah khair.
Thank you. Thank you.
So thank you, Dr. Mubashir Saab, for this valuable time and valuable information and valuable insights. And obviously, as Shehzad Saab said, some of the content just gone over our heads. But obviously, these are the things that we should, as a cybersecurity professional, should start looking at these things, not from a deep technology point of view, from business point of view as well. So thank you very much for this session. And any other question, if we are still left, we can route through Shehzad Saab or through myself, Dr. Saab, and we'll get those answered, inshallah.
Sure,
Okay,
sure.
thank you guys. I will just finish the meeting now. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you. Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.